everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Johanna. I'm one of the coaches for Kickoff. I'm certified by the ISSA. I'm registered with the International Yoga Alliance, and I'm also board certified with the National Board for Health and Wellness Coaches. Today, I'm here to teach you a 1-hour yoga class. It will kind of be a full body flow with a specific focus on strengthening our glutes. So we'll do a few different poses that target our glutes. And really all you need today is your yoga mat. Really no other equipment is required. I'm sitting right now on a little bolster, but that is by no means a requirement. You know, I usually have tight hips, so I like to raise myself up a little bit. You could also use a pillow, for example, or some blankets folded up, right? So there's a few different options of how you can accomplish this. So to start out, we will focus inward, so find a comfortable seated position. And we'll start by focusing on our breathing. Let your breath flow however it wants to. And all you do is observe it. Become a witness to your breath. And fully experience each inhale and then each exhale. Focusing on our breathing allows us to get ready for our practice, to focus on our body, bring our body and our mind into the same space. And then take a few moments and set an intention for your practice. Setting an intention can be accomplished in many different ways. You could set the intention to work on a specific part of your body. You can set a more general intention, maybe the intention to simply relax and stretch. Or you could also dedicate your practice to yourself or somebody else. And we will get started here. Bring your arms to your side. We'll just do a little bit of warming up. On your inhale, bringing the arms overhead, reaching up. And on your exhale, coming back down. Inhaling, reaching up overhead. And exhaling, coming back down. And follow your breath here, doing this a few times. Reaching up as high as you can when your arms come overhead. And one more time. And on your next exhale, twist over to the right side, bringing the left hand onto the right knee, right hand behind you, and just looking over that right shoulder. And on your next inhale, coming back to center, reaching up overhead again. And exhaling, twisting to the left. Right hand comes onto the left knee, left hand behind you, and looking over that left shoulder. Once again, inhaling, reaching up overhead, and exhaling, twisting to the right. And one more time, inhaling, and exhaling, twisting to the left. And then coming back to center. We will come onto our bottom, coming into a seated position here, into staff pose. So sitting up tall on the front of your sits bones, and then lifting through the top of your head here, flexing the toes and engaging the inner thighs. It's as if you're squeezing against an invisible pillow here. And then reconnect with your breath. And on your next inhale, reaching up overhead and exhaling, folding forward. On your next inhale, reaching back up. And on your exhale, folding forward. And flow with your breath here. And one last time, and this time coming all the way forward and holding on with your hands wherever you can reach. Maybe that's your lower legs, maybe it is your ankles, maybe it is your toes, right wherever you are. And this might feel kind of tight. It is feeling tight for my hamstrings right now in the back. So use your breath. Send the breath into the back of the legs. And with each exhale, breathe away the tightness. And slowly coming back up. We will bend our right knee and we'll place it out to the side. Still sitting up tall, and we'll flow forward again, this time over the left leg. So inhaling, arms come overhead, exhaling, folding forward. And on your inhale, coming back up, and exhaling, folding forward. Flow with your breath again. Next time we flow forward, we'll go all the way and we'll stay here. And again, wherever your hands can reach, hold on. Use your breath to help you relax any tight muscles. slowly come back up. We'll switch the sides. So bend your other leg and place the knee out to the side. The extended leg is strong and flexing the toes here. Sitting up tall again. And on your inhale, arms come overhead. And exhaling, folding forward. On your inhale, reaching back up. Exhaling, folding forward. And again, flow with your breath here. And the next time you flow forward, go all the way. And wherever your hands will reach, hold on. Use your breath to release any tightness. And then slowly come back up. Just briefly shake out both legs here. And then we'll come onto our hands and knees. So you want to line up your hands approximately under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll lower the belly down and we'll lift the chest, looking up here. And on your exhale, rounding the back, pushing the mat away. On your inhale, arching the back again, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the back. And then flow with your breath here. Flowing between these two poses a few times. Gently stretching out the spine. And one last time. And then coming back to center. On your next inhale, extend the right leg back and you're going to extend out through the heel, pushing out through the heel. This will activate the back side of your legs. On your exhale, coming back to center. Switching to the left on your inhale, extending out through the heel, and exhaling back to center. Keep switching forth, back and forth here, between the two legs. And one more time on each side. And then coming back to center. We will lift our right leg up and again extending out through the heel. And either you'll stay here or if you feel pretty strong here, you can lift up the left arm. And so really think about a line of energy running from your left hand all the way down the body into the right heel. And coming back to center. Extending the left leg up into the air, extending out through the heel. And if you feel strong here, then bring your right arm into it. And this time feeling the line of energy from the right fingertips all the way down the body into the left heel. coming back down. Once again, switching sides. Coming back to center. And one last switch. And coming back to center. We will rest in child's pose for a moment. You can have your arms overhead or you can bring them alongside your body. And if at any point you feel like you would like to rest, right, this is always a good position. Very relaxing and grounding. And then slowly come back up. We will come into our first downward dog. So tuck your toes here, ground the hands, and when you're ready, lifting up, lifting your hips back and up. And you can start by walking the dog, bringing one heel at a time down towards the floor, stretching out the feet and the calves, opening up the shoulders. And then slowly walk your hands backwards towards the feet until you come into a standing forward fold. Let your head hang here, let your torso relax. And then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up to a standing position. The last thing to come up are your neck and your head. Good. We will have some water here. If you have water close by, get some water. And then we'll go through some sun salutations, kind of, for the whole body sun salutations, but we'll start to focus in on the glutes. So come to the top of your mat, grounding the feet through the four corners, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So evenly balancing your weight between those 4 points on each foot. And then again, engaging the inner thighs as if you're squeezing into an imaginary pillow, standing up tall here, and reconnecting with your breath. And then on your next inhale, arms come overhead, exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming halfway up, straight back. Exhaling, coming back down, stepping back with the right and the left into the plank. And then lowering the knees and the rest of the body down. We will flow up and down into baby cobra here a few times. So you want your hands next to your chest. Your elbows are close to the body. The top of the feet are grounding into the mat. And actually try to keep your glutes relaxed here. And then on your inhale, we're lifting up, extending through the top of your head. Exhaling, coming back down. On your next inhale, coming up. And flow with your breath here. Go at your pace. more time. On your next inhale, stepping forward, you're getting that right foot between the hands. Exhaling, stepping up with the left. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhaling. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, stepping back with the left and the right into the plank and lowering all the way down to the floor. Again, flowing up and down into baby cobra. Grounding the hands, grounding the feet, tucking the elbows. On your inhale, lengthening and lifting. Exhaling, lowering back down. Flowing with your breath. And last one. On your exhale, coming down, tucking the toes, coming into downward dog. Spending a few breaths right here. On your next inhale, stepping forward with the left. And again, getting that foot between the hands. Exhaling, the right foot steps up. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, stepping back with the right and the left into the plank. Lowering all the way down to the floor. Same thing, flowing up and down into baby cobra. With your inhale, lengthening and lifting. On your exhale, lowering back down. One last time. On your exhale, tucking the toes, coming into downward dog. We will flow here a few times between three-legged dog and a three-legged plank. So on your inhale, lifting the right leg up. On your exhale, flowing forward into the plank, bringing that knee towards the chest. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. Flow with your breath again. Last one. And on your exhale, get that foot forward between the hands. And stepping forward with the left. On your inhale, coming halfway up, straight back. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming halfway up, straight back. Exhaling, coming forward, stepping back with the left and the right. Lowering all the way down. Flowing up and down into cobra again. Lifting and lengthening with your inhale. Last one. And on your exhale, coming down and into downward dog. Same thing. We'll flow into a three-legged downward dog and plank. So on your inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhaling into the plank. Inhaling, leg come up. Exhaling, leg comes forward towards the chest. Flow with your breath. Last one. Exhaling, stepping forward, getting our foot between the hands, and the other leg steps up. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, folding forward, and inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhaling. Very good. Have some more water, and then we'll come into some standing poses. We will do just a couple of warrior twos. So right leg in the front, left leg in the back, and really grounding down through the four corners, engaging the inner thighs, even here when the legs are further apart. And then looking over the right hand. And on your inhale, lengthening and straightening everything. Exhaling back into warrior two. Flow with your breath again. And one more time. And then flowing into peaceful warrior. On your inhale, the right arm comes up. Exhaling back down. One last time. Then straighten the right leg. We'll come into triangle. On your inhale, the right arm pulls away from you. On your exhale, pivoting down. Right arm kind of rests against the leg. Left arm lifting up towards the ceiling. If that is too hard, you can also simply bring that left hand onto the hip. But definitely think about opening the top shoulder here. Your legs are still active. They're scissoring towards each other. And on your next inhale, pulling back up. We will switch sides, so you can simply turn your feet. This time the left leg is in the front, right leg is in the back. Grounding the feet, engaging the inner thighs. Looking over the left hand. And on your inhale, straightening and lengthening. Exhaling down into warrior two. One last time. And then flowing into peaceful warrior. Inhaling, left arm comes up. Exhaling back into warrior two. One last time. And then straightening the left leg for triangle. On your inhale, the left arm reaches forward. Exhaling, pivoting down. Left hand Rest against the left leg and reaching up with the right arm, opening up that right shoulder, that top shoulder. And on your next inhale, coming back up and bringing the arms back down, bringing the legs back together. We will come to the end of our mat and we will roll down, this time starting with the head and the neck until we come into a standing forward fold. So grounding the feet into the floor, still engaging those inner thighs, lifting the top of the head. And then when you're ready, start to roll down like you're rolling up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Coming into a standing forward fold. And then bring your hands onto the mat, bend the knees, and we will come to lying on our bellies here. So definitely square your hips, your pelvis, it's flat on the mat. We will bring our arms by our sides and the palms are facing down. So the hands are grounding into the mat. You are basically looking down at the mat, because if you look up, it will kind of aggravate the neck muscles. And on your inhale, we will lift and lengthen the right leg. So think about lengthening. You can point your toes here and lifting at the same time. And grounding the hands firmly into the mat. And on your next exhale, lowering back down. Switching to the left. On the inhale, lengthening and lifting. And on your next exhale, coming back down. Switching back to the right. On your inhale, lengthening and lifting that right leg as high as you can. It's almost as if somebody is pulling that leg backwards. Coming back down. And on your inhale, switching to the left. And coming back down. And for a moment, bring your arms forward and you can rest your forehead onto the mat, turning your toes inward towards each other, which will relax your low back here. Take a few deep breaths. And then coming back to our starting position, arms are by the side, the hands are grounding into the mat. On your next inhale, both legs are lifting up together. Inhaling, lengthening and lifting. Grounding the hands firmly into the mat at the same time. And exhaling, coming back down. And once again, on your inhale, lengthening and lifting. Exhaling, coming back down. And for the last one, we will also lift up our upper body, and our arms are coming up behind us as if trying to pull us back and up. Imagine that somebody grabs your hands and pulls you up towards them. So on your inhale, lifting up the arms, the legs, and the upper body. And remember to breathe here. And coming back down. And then push yourself into a child's pose. Resting here, taking a few deep breaths. And we come to lying on our backs. For a moment here, bring your knees to your chest and roll from side to side, massaging the back. And then bring your feet flat onto the mat. Arms are by your side, palms facing down. And we will lift with our inhale into a bridge pose. Lifting up, squeezing the glutes. Exhaling, coming back down. Follow your breath again. With each inhale, lifting up. For the last one, stay up in the bridge for a few breaths. If you would like, you can bring your hands together, interlacing the fingers, and you can stack your shoulders here. And then ground the feet into the floor, thinking about pushing the mat away, which you'll find gives you a few more inches to lift. Continue to breathe here. And then slowly lower back down onto your back. Bring the knees to the chest and roll from side to side. You can also make little circles here with the knees, which really then targets the lowest part of your back. It's almost like getting a little massage. We will come into a supine twist, so bringing the arms out alongside the body in a T position, palms are facing down, and then we'll lower our knees over towards the right side. Try to keep the left shoulder on the floor. Coming back up to center, and then lowering your knees over towards the left side. This time trying to keep the right shoulder on the floor. bring the knees back up to center. You can roll from side to side a little more, or you can also come into happy baby pose, holding on to your feet here and rolling from side to side. If this is hard for you to reach your feet, you could also hold on to your ankles, your lower legs, or simply hug your thighs, your upper legs, rolling from side to side. Just giving the back a little more of a massage. You know, we've strengthened our glutes, but really, because those muscles are connected to your back, our backs have worked quite a bit today as well. So this should feel really nice. And then from here, we'll come straight into Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. Whichever position you would like to take, right, you can simply extend the legs, letting the feet fall open to the side and bringing your arms to your side. You could also bring your legs up the wall, which is a very nice and grounding position, kind of like a very mellow inversion, which are very good for the body. So whichever position you would like to take right now, make yourself completely comfortable. Find a position where you can stay still for a few minutes. When you've found the right position, close your eyes if you're comfortable. Bring your awareness to your breath. And simply observe again. Letting the breath flow in and out of the body. And you might find that your mind is wandering here, which is completely normal. If you notice that's happening, let your thoughts go and simply come back to the next breath. When we talk about, focusing on our breathing and focusing the mind, we're not really talking about shutting off all thinking, but we're really just trying to let our thoughts go when they arise, not getting attached to them. Simply acknowledging they're there, and then letting them go again. slowly start to bring some gentle movement back into the body. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe bring your knees to your chest one last time, rolling from side to side. And then roll over onto your preferred side and rest there for just another moment. And when you're ready, with both hands, push yourself up to a seated position. Sitting up in a cross-legged position one more time. And then take a moment to check in with the intention you set at the beginning of your practice. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Gently open your eyes. We'll bring our hands to our forehead for clarity in thought. Our hands to our mouth for clarity in speech. And we'll bring our hands to our heart for clarity in action. Namaste. I thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.